uniforms with the gold trim tonight, so you settle back and enjoy. Time to get to the hoop all evening long here on ESPN as Central Michigan is going to have this first offensive possession of the night. Another squad that offensively, the backcourt pretty much runs the offensive opportunity for them. On that back down and that short jump hook rattled around and didn't go ball in the backcourt. And we'll see if they relax that a little bit. They do, but still looking to pick the Zips up a little early in the shot clock.
I like Caleb Thornton out there, Michael. If you're going to put pressure on Akron, he can handle that basketball. Does a really nice job moving it. He's the transfer from Northern Illinois.
Firing that deep three that went back heel for the Zips, and their first offensive possession. Michael Dawson, Freeman's got an offensive board. Enrique, the offensive rebound, and then finishing off glass with that left hand.
He was in foul trouble against Toledo on Friday, Michael, in a little precarious situation. Despite that, another double-double. He had 20 points, 14 rebounds, leads the nation in double-doubles with 19 and in rebounding at 12.9 rebounds per game.
A very strong year being put together by Enrique Freeman. Freeman going to challenge that jump hook in the paint that KJ Ordur didn't finish. Ordur, a young man, a sophomore out of Kenya at 6'9". Freeman, deep triple. The iron kind for Enrique Freeman. Got the friendly bounce. Freeman has got 5 quick ones for the Zips to start out tonight.
He's added that to his repertoire, Michael. He's 36% from behind that three-point line.
36%, that'll work.
That'll work.
Extremely solid. Adding to the Zips outside shooting arsenal. Firing that three, but not grabbing any rim was Brian Taylor. Akron's got a chance to get off to a 7-0, maybe 8-0 start. The ball swing, Ali to triple. Back rimmed it. Had a real good look. Won big at Central Michigan in the OD meeting last year. Last time Central Michigan won was, Jeff, 4 seasons ago.
Akron has won 12 straight against Central Michigan in this building, Michael, and 6 straight overall.
A strong drive that didn't go down. A couple of putback opportunities for Central Michigan. Ordur couldn't finish it after Butler went hard to the rim. Central Michigan starts out 0 for 4 from the floor. They had 2 of those opportunities right there. Thornton's going to load up a 3. Missed it wide right. Dawson on the offensive glass. Dawson to load up a triple. That didn't fall. Zips have had a couple of clean looks, but start out 1 for 5 from 3-point range. And that tried to kick it out under the rim for Central Michigan.
Northeast Ohio at Spire Institute in Geneva.
Yeah. So Central Michigan wearing their gold tonight uniforms, trimmed in the maroon. Boy, that's a tough jumper. Tough jumper that did not draw any rim for Anthony Pritchard. 3.5 minutes in, Zips still pitching the shutout.
They've been really challenging the Chippewa shots. 0 for 5 for Central.
Here comes that double team on Freeman on that right block, as most teams will. Shot clock at 7. Thornton on that strong drive, had it rejected. Shot clock at 2. Thornton to fire from deep, and he'll bury a 3. At first place in the Mid-American Conference and looking to continue as now we get into the month of February, and of course with MAC tournament time not that far away now, Jeffrey, just around the corner.
Closing in on it, Michael.
Yeah. This Central Michigan ball rotation with that shot clock at 8. Still be an offensive foul. Trying to go hard baseline for Central Michigan was Brian Taylor. Taylor's an impressive looking offensive player, but he got hit for lowering the shoulder there. Well, taking that charge was Ali.
Taylor spent his first 2 years playing at the University of Illinois Chicago. He's come in here now a graduate student. Michael, second on the team, 12.4 points a game. Last year averaged 14.4. So a constant source of points for this Central Michigan team.
Yeah, Aiden Rubio is going to check in. Good size for Rubio, 6'6" backcourt player. Rubio out of Flint, Michigan. Tough catch by Freeman on the block. Johnson, what glass. Boy, how about the show and go? Tavari Johnson, the 5'11" sophomores. Akron's lead balloons to double digits at 10 zip.
All credit to Tavari, Michael. His playing time really went away during the non-conference season. He stayed ready. When he needed to be called upon, he was ready to answer. During the MAC season, he's 6 of 10 on three-pointers and has really played a nice role during the MAC season coming off the bench for the Zips.
No question, he really has. And Johnson's going to load up a triple and ring that baby up. Nothing but string music for Tavari Johnson. And how about the Zips start here tonight? They're off to a 13-point lead without allowing Central Michigan to get on the scoreboard as of yet. Well, Zips double teaming the basketball. This crowd really into it at Rhodes Arena. Zips continuing to make shots so difficult for Central Michigan. Aiden Rubio off the miss.
Chippewas haven't looked comfortable on even one shot tonight, have they, Michael?
Freeman will load up the three. It was halfway down. Now, Jeffrey, Central Michigan, everything right now is kind of a thrash at the offensive end. Now, the step through there. Tony Barbie has really gone to the...
Pritchard didn't play against Bowling Green, Michael. He was out. You see his shoulder all taped up. Marcus Harding also didn't play against Bowling Green, and he was not in the starting lineup tonight.
Well, Pritchard's able to split the pair, and that is the first mark in the book point-wise for the Central Michigan Chippewas tonight. Akron with a 12-point, 13-1 lead. Just a little over 6 minutes in. Zips looking to continue their strong pace atop the MAC. Ali thought about the three. Well, the Zips continue to move the basketball. That step back jumper from Tavari Johnson didn't go down. One and done there, and Central Michigan. Barbie. Well, Central Michigan in here tonight, just a game behind Akron.
And this was a team, Michael, picked 12 out of the 12 teams in the Mid-American Conference preseason coaches poll. They have surprised and impressed everybody.
Tony Barbie has done a terrific job with his staff. Ali thought about the three. Now he'll attack the bucket. That would have counted had it gone down. Ali is going to get to the
Eastern. Game before that, 23 against Miami. Before that, 8 against Ohio. And 23 against Kent State. So every other game, Ali back in uniform and playing, Michael. He's now playing in his 15th game.
Without question. You don't expect that type of roller coaster ride, so to speak, in the point column from Ali. But looking for as the Zips come down the stretch, he has the ability to go get the Zips 20 points plus.
Any night.
Every time they go on the floor. That's a deep step back three. It's not going to go down as Paul McMillan misfired there. Central Michigan is 0 of 8 from the floor and 0 of 4 from 3. Ali. A tough turnaround jumper didn't go down. It's going to be Ali as he went. Ali's going to get a respite, and as will Amani Lyles. Lyles had checked in for a couple of minutes of action. Enrique Freeman now back on the floor with Greg Tribble, along with Michael Dawson. Tavari Johnson, that short jumper still not going to go down. Well, look at the strength going up on the glass as Enrique Freeman pulled down the Aiden Rubio missed jumper. Akron on top 15-1 and looking for more. Ball rotation excellent. However, that's a strong shot rejection by Brian Taylor. Going to the rim and finishing strong. Taylor started it with the block shot. Derek Butler finished it on the drive to the hoop.
Give Taylor big props on that one, Michael. He came all the way across the floor to double team Enrique Freeman, then made it all the way back across the floor to block that shot.
How about Tavari Johnson, Jeff, showing off his entire repertoire? I mean, 5'11", got in through the paint, used the left hand to fire it home off the window.
Michael, he's a terrific offensive basketball player, and you have to give him a lot of credit for just biding his time and waiting for the opportunity.
Tribble quickly, the offensive end. Yeah, count that. In conference?
Number 12, and unless they've changed it in the last half hour, there are 12 teams in the conference, Michael. So that's dead last, right?
Well, they have played nothing like that, as Tony Barbie has done an excellent job with his squad coming in here tonight. Just a game, like we said, a game back of the Akron Zips, and have been exceptional at the Central Michigan Chips in Mid-American Conference play. But the Zips have brought a sledgehammer to them early, down by 15. Not yet halfway through this opening quarter. That step back jumper did not go down for Derek Butler. Tribble tried to push it quickly, lost the basketball. Vasco went to the rim, gave it up, and KJ Odor, a couple opportunities, got his second to fall.
Odor spent 1 year at Southern Idaho, another one at Western Carolina in his first year with the Central Michigan program.
Well-traveled young man, huh?
And from Kenya.
Yeah. Well, there's that back down for Ali Ali. Ali has developed that so wonderfully well in his game. The 6'8" senior out of Kendallville, Indiana, East Noble High School. Ali so proficient on his offensive backdowns and finishes.
You see so many guys in the game today, Michael, just worry about the three-point shot. And Ali has, dare I say, kind of an old school game with the inside game for a guard and a mid-range game that's really, really good.
Paul McMillan quickly fired up a deep three. Not sure Tony Barbie was happy with that. How about Greg Tribble? Tribble does that so well. Jeff had said he gets inside that free throw line in the paint, and he's got such a quick explosion, that quick jump, and he's able to connect.
And Michael, the fact that Greg has worked so hard on his offensive game, and I think it's all come to a culmination this year. You can really see it on the floor. He's a different offensive player.
No doubt about it. Line drive jumper for Brian Taylor didn't go down. Akron's up by 17. It's their largest lead here in the first 11 minutes of basketball tonight. What a start for the Zips against a team. Again, Central Michigan came in tonight with a win, could even things up with Akron atop the Mid-American Conference standings. Ali on the back down. Went glass a little bit too hard. Enrique Freeman got fouled as he grabbed that offensive
drop.
Yep, John Gross going to go to his bench once again. Michael Dawson, the 6'5" senior, is back on the floor for the Zips, as is Amani Lyles. Lyles, 6'7" sophomore. Miles checking in for the second time tonight. Got a couple of minutes earlier in this first half. So right now it's Michael Dawson, Ali, Amani Lyles, and then that backcourt. Back on the floor as well for the Zips is Caleb Thornton with the basketball, along with Michael Dawson. Tribble thinking about it. He'll load it up. Much more confidence in that three-point loading up for Tribble. That one did.
When they hold the ball behind the three-point line, I don't know, NBA, college, junior high, you hold that ball and think about it and then shoot the three, it almost never goes in, does it?
So you're a proponent, Jeff, of if you
have it,
and
shoot
let it fly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Off the mark for Central Michigan is Caden Vesco, the freshman, on the floor. A lot of contact around the rim on that Zips offensive.
He's a key player for the Zips, Michael. A 6'9" player who can step out and hit that three-pointer and caused some real havoc on the offensive end. Central Michigan dealing without Marcus Harding tonight. Marcus, one of their key big men at 6'10", playing inside. His brother Hunter Harding is playing. He's number 12 in uniform. He's a 7-footer.
First jumper there that goes down for Jamal Davis. Davis got that to fall. Then difficulty offensively for Central Michigan tonight. They're just 4 of 18 from the floor, 0 of 7 from 3, and Akron has his 15-point advantage.
Nate Johnson also remaining out for the Zips, Michael.
Yeah, left-handed floor for John Gross is Enrique Freeman. Flaring that quick three and burying that quick three for the Zips is Greg Tribble. And before I can get out of my mouth, the other 4 on the floor with Enrique Freeman. You know that Greg Tribble's one of them as he loaded up and knocked home that 3. Well, that's a tough spinning jumper that goes for Central Michigan's Jamal Davis.
He's had a couple of nice back-to-back trips down the floor, Michael. And if you're Central Michigan in this situation, you can't really worry that you have 11 points on the board. Just dwell on, you're down 16. You're not going to make that all up in a heartbeat. You cut it down a little bit before halftime and just do what you're supposed to do. Run your offense and try and get some stops on the defensive end. Try and get yourself right back into this game. And Brian Taylor fouling his own man on that one, Michael. I think Enrique was kind of the bologna on a sandwich on that one. The bread did all the hitting.
Freeman tries to come and dislodge that handle of Jamal Davis. Boy, Freeman doing so much out on the perimeter in switches. Well, that 3 wouldn't go down. Davis has got an offensive board off the Derek Butler misfire. And now Central.
Davis has come in. He's been active. Just a junior. He transferred in from Florida Southwest State. He's from St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands.
Freeman against this Central Michigan zone. They're in a 2-3 now. Tribble's gonna unload. Back rimmed it. Thornton on the offensive glass. Freeman a stick back. What a Zips at point blank range. Now they got a rip away. As coming up with the Akron steal is Greg Tribble.
The guy's invaluable, isn't he, Michael?
Plays both ends of the floor.
He sure does.
In a strong fashion. Always a double team as Freeman catches in the paint. Now firing the 3. Burying the 3 for the Zips is Michael Dawson.
Somebody's going to get an open look every time they go inside to Enrique Freeman because the chips are doubling Enrique every time he gets the ball. Zips able to swing it to the open guy. That was Dawson on that possession, Michael. If he warms up and starts hitting that 3-pointer, look out. He had 14 points against Toledo. That was his high score out of the previous 7 games.
Taylor's Central Michigan 3. He line drive that. Didn't go down. Firing a 3 at the other. But a 10-1 in MAC play tonight. Add to their MAC leading top spot. Game of tonight. Up a game on both Central Michigan and Toledo. Zips at 17-5 overall. 9-1 in MAC play. And you know, you can make a case they're playing their best basketball of the year right now. That's a blocking foul as Taylor went strong to the hoop.
Tavari thought he was doing the right thing on that one. Gets called for it, but the aggressive defense is something that John Gross is never, ever going to be upset with.
Step back 3. It is a rugged play. Tie up things atop the Mid-American Conference, and you find yourself down by 22 points, only have put 11 on the board through the first 16 minutes.
And right now, Michael, you don't have an answer for what Akron's doing. The Chippewas haven't found a thing that is really getting them back into this basketball game.
Well, Zips getting what they want. That bounce pass wound up in the hands of Enrique Freeman. Johnson turned down the 3. Ali, went strong and powered it home off the window. The lead has grown to 24 for Akron.
Great pass out of the double team by Enrique Freeman. Tavari was open as soon as he saw an open Ali underneath. Went for the easy basket. Zips are really playing smart basketball.
Jeff, I'm sure a lot of the Zips fans, even though they love it, Rubio from deep will knock down that triple. As he stepped outside that line, showed you that Aiden Rubio could shoot the three. But I'm sure a lot of Zips fans were saying, wait a minute, I thought Central Michigan was right behind Akron by only a game atop the MAC standings.
Well, when you come into a building, Michael, where you haven't won in a long time.
How long?
21 years.
Yes.
21 years.
Yeah, that's kind of long.
The chip. This is a Central Michigan team, Michael, that's averaging 68 points a game. They have 14 on the board right now, shooting just 26%, only 1 of 11 on three-pointers.
John Grossing go like that. Zips did not execute. Threw it away. Did you see Greg Tribble? Jeff, and as we said, and honestly, on a good day, Greg is 6'2". None.
He has missed only one game all year, Michael. He has started every game that he has played in. He missed one because he was ill. He is John Gross's glue guy on this basketball team. He's out now. But the one thing I really liked about that foul, Central's looking for something to get them pumped up a little bit. There might have been something that could have pumped them up on a breakaway layup. Maybe you do something a little more creative. You pass off, you get the dunk. Greg didn't let that happen.
No. Tribble absolutely terminated that shot attempt. And without any remorse either. He just went and said,
he couldn't help but smile, could he?
Nah, that ain't going to happen. Taylor, a tough jumper that goes down.
He's had a couple of games this year. The Kent State game comes to mind, where they had a big lead, and they let the opponent back into the game. And John wants to make sure that doesn't happen here. When you cut a 24-point lead down to 17 as quickly as Central Michigan did, the timeout well used.
Caleb Thornton is back on the floor now. Thornton's going to load up that three. It was halfway down and kicked out. So with that miss, the Zips now fall to 6 for 16. Still solid from long range at 38%. But as Jeff just told you, the lead has gone down to 17. Yeah, Zips will then finish out October here at home against Kent State in the rivalry game and go down to Athens to tangle with Ohio. And then a couple at home, Northern Illinois, Eastern Michigan. Central Michigan missed the James Madison journey in the MAC SBC Challenge. The Zips will finish with Mid-American Conference play last 7 games of the year. Regular season, that is, for the MAC tournament. Shot clock will come down to 8. Shamar Scott gave it up. Thornton got to fire that shot. Tough jumper. Side of the rim. Good defensive play by Central Michigan there on that Zips possession. Now backing down for Central Michigan and going glass and having that kick out. Caden Vesco got exactly where he wanted to be, just 5 feet away from the rim, and didn't finish it.
9 rebounds already for Enrique Freeman in this game. Leading rebounder in the nation, coming in at 12.9.
Well, the Zips have gone a little bit chilly shooting the basketball. Thornton's triple, that didn't go down, so back-to-back threes from Dawson and Thornton don't go. Oh, a lot of contact there. That looked like
to kind of bust things loose a little bit here. Akron's gone about 3 minutes without scoring.
Their biggest lead was 20.
Transfer from the New Jersey Institute of Technology, Michael.
Yeah. Not a known basketball power.
No.
But McMillan has found his way to the MAC. He hit a couple of free throws. The lead is 15, so it's a 9-0 run. 25 seconds left in this opening half. Akron would like to get a feel-good bucket here.
That double team's coming really quick on Enrique every time he gets that basketball.
Ali got held evidently.
It's into a good opportunity for Akron here as they'll inbound the basketball, but almost a critical turnover in that situation.
Well, Zips looking to the final shot of this first half as we're inside 10 seconds now. Ali will put it on the deck. There comes a double team. Excellent ball rotation, but Dawson cannot convert the three. You hear the horn, and that ride it out. Central Michigan, this first look offensively to open up half number 2. Great to have you along tonight on ESPN. Michael Regai with Jeff Phelps, our producer Chad Welker, all of our terrific crew. That jumper by the Central Michigan guard Anthony Pritchard got rejected. You heard that shot. Michael Dawson, Enrique Freeman, and Ali, the front court.
Any surprise the Zips come out after half? First possession for Central. Michael, shot clock violation?
No.
I'm guessing John Gross talked a little defense at halftime.
Central Michigan starts in that zone. Greg Tribble beat it and had that leaner that Tribble loves off the bounce. Kick off the rim on him. So we're a minute into the second half, and Akron will try to build back up what was a 24-point lead. That line drive jumper is right there for Brian Taylor. Taylor, the 6'6" graduate student, playing his high school hoops in the city of Detroit. And now Tony Barbie's got him in the Central Michigan program. So let's see what the Zips get here. Michael Dawson off the mark out of that deep corner, but Enrique Freeman with an offensive board.
And that's the look that the Zips have to knock down, Michael.
Yep.
If they're going to double Enrique, you've got to hit those threes.
Well, and it happens, but the Zips just aren't shooting the basketball real well tonight. They started out shooting it well, but currently just at 35%. How about that, Greg Tribble?
Even in the MAC season, he's averaging 10.4 points a game in MAC season, and that's raised his overall average to 9.4.
Yeah, the young man is an extremely hard worker. And let's be honest, Jeff, when his career started as a young Zip, you know, that was not his forte.
No.
Shooting the basketball as he languished around, you know, up and
to
his
30,
confidence.
Yeah, without question. Up to 33% this year, Michael, and 47% overall on field goals. There are times when you think, okay, you didn't want Greg taking that shot out there. I think it's just the opposite now.
Yeah. 100%. We talked to John Gross about that. That's an offensive foul off the ball. I think they got Odor on that. I believe it was KJ Odor. He's going to take a seat now. As Tony Barbie gets Caden Vasco on the floor. Zips trying to handle this three-quarter court pressure. Strong move to the hole by Greg Tribble. Show and go, Jeff, and we know Tribble with those terrific hops will finish strong around the hoop.
Michael, we've seen him be extremely aggressive going to the basket a couple of times tonight. He has 13 points. He's now the leading scorer in this game.
Zips pressuring, lead up to 18 as that triple try out of the deep right corner didn't go down for Aiden Rubio. Akron could take the lead to 20, maybe 21 here. Ali wanted to go down to Freeman. That's going to be a reach-in foul going on Central Michigan's Hunter.
The Harding household, Michael, had to buy some groceries. 7 foot and 6'10".
Yep. Yes, indeed. Dawson will step back. And the Zips continue to have problems. Just 7 of 22 now from beyond the arc, but have an 18-point lead. Taylor, that line drive jumper of his, he front rimmed it. Tony Barbie is shaking his head, not at all happy with, I would have to say, the non-ability to run offense for his Central Michigan squad. Ali got shut off. Wants it back on a repost. Slapped out of bounds by Central Michigan's Caden Vasco.
To be there for him. The double is coming off of Michael. If he hits one, don't be surprised if he hits 3 or 4.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
he can get it going.
That kind of shooter. Shot clock at 6. Ali going to unload. Nope, Mr. Wide left. Zips are a little short in the shot clock there. Central Michigan trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Anthony Pritchard with a basketball has tried to push it for Central Michigan, and that line drive jumper from Jamal Davis is there. So Central Michigan trying to hang around, Jeff, and not go away against the top team in the MAC, the Akron Zips. Although we said if you weren't with us to start the show tonight, Ali had a good look at three. But there's a lot of contact there as
something that hasn't been done this year, and that's keeping Enrique Freeman in single digits in scoring. He has scored double figures in every game this year. So far, 5 points in this game.
Scott gave it up. Plenty of time on the shot clock as Akron looks to extend their 16-point lead. Tribble with a leaner. Freeman on the offensive glass. It got the jump hook. So there's the duo that is so most notable for Enrique Freeman. Offensive board, and then that putback that goes down for him. 12
rebounds in this game already for Enrique, Michael. He has 10 or more rebounds now in 20 of 23 games this season. That's impressive.
Oh my, he's been impressive on the glass. That's step back three off the mark. Freeman's got another board. You know, misfiring on that three was Caden Vasco. Again, getting baseline. That was a tough leaner that didn't go down. And it leads to Central Michigan at the offensive end. Off the mark was Derek Butler.
It was an awful quick shot there, Michael. He didn't really need that. Take your time if you're Central. Run that offense.
Ali. Tough jumper that didn't fall. Ali tried to shoot over that double team.
You might believe what you're arguing, but you might not believe it quite that much. But your team needs something to get fired up about. Maybe that's it for cut that lead down to 13 with an 11-0 run late second or first half into the early part of the second half, and now they're getting back into it.
Greg Tribble connected on one of the two that he shot on the technical foul on Central Michigan head coach Tony Barbie. And of course, after the free throws, Zips keep the basketball. Chance to add to their lead. 6 minutes now into the second half. Caleb Thornton had line drive three and booked that. Hadn't been a real good night, Jeff, honestly, for the Zips shooting the triples. They needed that, and Thornton gave it to them. Now 7 of 24 from long range.
Danger zone now for Central Michigan, Michael. You're back down by 22 points. You're approaching 13 minutes to play in this game. Got to start to reel it back in.
Freeman going to get a respite. Amani Lyles. Lyles wears that number 0 for the Zips. 6'7" sophomore is back on the floor out of Columbus. Shot clock at 8. Oh, that hard drive to the hoop. Getting to the free throw line is going to be Caden.
3 points a game. Learning that the MAC is a different beast, averaging just 1.8 points a game in the MAC season.
Freshman out of Lowell, Indiana, basketball hotbed. Splits the pair from the line. Vasco getting a lot of playing time of late for head coach Tony Barbie. Akron to the offensive end on a strong drive to the hoop, and the explosion from Shema Scott, but he didn't finish. Leads to a quick trigger three for Central Michigan that didn't fall. Off the mark there was Paul McMillan. Scott in a hurry, but that leaner missed it wide left. Well, you could see Scott. Lyles go check out though. Enrique Freeman comes back. Greg Tribble, Ali, and also Shema Scott. Those are the 5 on the floor for John Gross. Scott launching a step back three. Now, Jeff, and again, I'm going to repeat that. There's the kind of shot with 14 on the shot clock, and you don't make, and Central Michigan comes down, and Anthony Pritchard buries a three. And again, I mean, the lead is plentiful, yes, but the last two Zip shots, I don't think are part of the.
Not part of the equation right now.
That head coach John Gross is looking for. And right now, I mean, the Zips are forcing everything.
Now settle in if you're Akron. Play some good, solid defense, and then Michael, run your offense at the other end.
Yeah, I would think so. And
a little urgency on Central's part.
I would think that's what John Gross is looking for. Pritchard double teamed and threw it away. Now the Zips push to the hoop. Shamas got in traffic, not able to finish, but an offensive board from Michael Dawson. Zips have missed their last 5 shots from the floor. Thornton thought better of it. Still 10 on the shot clock. Scott, 5 straight misses for Akron on the offensive end.
Much better possession, though.
Coming in defensively from behind the. That is kind of a chilly 23% for the Zips. But yet
not a whole lot better, Michael, at just 33% here in the second half. One thing for sure, I mentioned that number 65 at the start of the game.
Right.
Central hasn't won a game this year scoring fewer than 65 points. So if they're going to win tonight, they're going to do something they haven't done all year, and that's score fewer than 65.
And that's going to require 36 points in the final 11 minutes.
That won't happen. Yeah,
it's tough to imagine. Tough to imagine. Let's see what the Zips get offensively. In a lull offensively themselves. 0 for their last 5 from the floor. Freeman left block. Enrique's jump hook. Make it 0 for 6 for the Zips. Yeah,
no double though.
Still, right, the lead is still 17.
Interesting that the Chippewas didn't double them.
Zips in a zone defensively. This is McMillan. Firing the three is Rubio, and he'll splash that home. Aiden Rubio. Suddenly the Akron lead down to 14. It has been as many as 24 tonight. 8-0 run. Zips were up 22. It's now 14, and Central Michigan's got a little bit of spark as they push their defense out. Freeman again, no double. Freeman's jump hook, got it. That ends the Zips malaise. 0 for 6 is over as Enrique Freeman connects on that jump hook.
Bet we see a double the next time down the floor, Michael.
Most likely, yes sir. Firing the three is Pritchard. Nope. Zips head to the offensive end. We're halfway through this second half. Akron's lead is 16. Zips looking to add to their Mid-American Conference lead and go to 10 up and 1 down on the year. Freeman wheeling and dealing, gave it up. Dawson to triple, got it. Michael Dawson firing home that three. Excellent ball movement, huh, from the Akron Zips around the perimeter.
Led to a good shot, led to Michael Dawson doing what he does so well on most nights, and that's knocked down that three. Now 2 of 9 on 3-pointers, Michael, and again, if he's going to get that shot, now he's hit one. Let's see if he can duplicate that.
Pump their lead up over 20 again on this possession. Right now for the Zips, Tavari Johnson handling the basketball with Greg Tribble in the backcourt. Johnson looking for that Enrique Freeman ball screen. Johnson gave it up. Dawson thought about it again. However, this time Aiden Rubio jumped out at him. Now firing that three that's not going to go down. Michael Dawson. Well, the lead stays at 19. McMillan, nope, missed that three short. Possible second chance opportunity for Central Michigan on the Jamal Davis offensive board.
Davis has played a nice game, Michael.
Yep.
Been real active.
That three is right there. That's a second three in the last few minutes for Aiden Rubio. Akron by 16 after the Rubio triple hit for Central Michigan. It's Michael Dawson now finding Enrique Freeman. Put the ball on the deck, had it raked away from him.
There's Davis again.
Yep, empty possession. Akron Zips. Central Michigan trying to cut into their 16-point deficit. Going baseline to the hole, left it short, did Paul McMillan. Ali trying to cross over. Ali. Boy, his pass was intended for Enrique Freeman. Got
late first half into the second, then the 8-0 run to cut it to 14. But their offense has never had an extended period of time where it looked like they really had everything cooking.
Well, Akron got off to a 10-0 start to begin this game, and quite honestly, Central Michigan, Freeman went glass. There's that strong move where uses that terrific footwork and goes from left to right in the paint with that jump hook off the glass. Enrique's now got 13.
Since Central stopped doubling him for the most part, Michael, he has 8 points.
Yeah.
Why'd they go away from that?
Certainly was working. That
sure was.
Three ain't going to go down. Look at flying high, Greg Tribble. Well, Greg Tribble again.
Game. Interesting they went away from it.
Yeah, it is. Because certainly it was paying those
to those open shots to penalize the double or triple team.
Tribble will split the pair from the free throw line. And we come inside 6.5 left as Akron looking to go to 10-1 and continue their leading ways in the Mid-American Conference. Pritchard gave it up, and firing that three out of that deep left corner. Brian Taylor didn't drop for him. It's been a kind of a tough night for Taylor. Just 4 points for him tonight. Ali, a jumper in traffic, soft, and the iron kind for Ali as Akron's lead blows up to 23. Their largest lead of the night has been 24 back a couple minutes into the game. Or excuse me, late first half. That lead was at 24. Now trying to go baseline where Taylor ran into a double team is sophomore Enrique Freeman. Freeman will get a respite here. We'll see if his night is done, Jeff, with 5.5 minutes left, and Akron comfortably in command by
shooting for Central Michigan. And just 4 of 24 from behind that three-point line. That's 17%.
More thinking about it now, firing the three. Central Michigan's Jamal Davis, that wouldn't go down. Davis to 6 points tonight. Thornton with that bounce pass to Lyles. Yeah, count it. And one count. So Amani Lyles at the line, the 6'7" sophomore out of Columbus, will finish off that three-point trip. Ryan Prather is checking in to get some playing time for the Zips, and Jeff, I think you're looking at young men like Ryan Prather, Evan Wilson, right?
Zach Halligan.
Yes, Zach Halligan.
Let's see the guys
that are looking down at John Gross.
Like, we're up 26, Coach.
There's
Let's
5
do
minutes
it.
left. I want that PT, Coach Gross. Well, we'll see. First one in tonight is Zach Halligan. Trying to force his way to the bucket. He only went off the floor about 20 seconds ago. And that's Enrique Freeman. Well, Freeman check back in. Be honest, didn't expect to see Enrique back tonight, but here he comes.
Love his yellow shoes, don't you?
I do, yeah, very stylish.
They're smoking.
Now here comes that pressure the Zips are going to have to deal with in the backcourt. Shema Scott being double teamed. Tribble on the crossover. Got it to go. Great Tribble crossed over and then reversed it home from the left side of the rim with the right hand.
Big night, 17 points for Greg Tribble in this one.
6 boards, been terrific tonight. Tribble's going to get hit with that foul as end one.
1 point away from his season high. And 2 points away from tying his career high. 19 against Southern back in the 2021 season.
Pressure again from Central Michigan. It's going to be a kick that's going to be called on Brian Thornton along with Greg Tribble, Shema Scott, Ryan Prather, and Enrique Freeman. So Prather, the first one, not getting a lot of playing time. Well, Freeman thought about it. Now he's going to go back to that jump hook, and you can ring that up. Enrique really perfecting that jump hook from around that circle in the paint and off to the sides of the paint, the blocks. And Freeman's got another board for Enrique. That is rebound number 15 tonight. 15 points, 15 boards.
Do you know every guy who played down low, Michael, in the 1960s, 70s, and even the 80s, watch Enrique Freeman operate inside and just applaud. He has an old school game inside. Little jump hook, great footwork, great positioning. He really knows how to operate inside.
Used the left hand there and went off the window. Just so smooth for Freeman. 17 point, 15 rebound night. Greg Tribble says, big fella, I'm gonna take a rebound from you here.
He'll pay for that later.
You got to share the wealth a little bit as we approach 3 minutes left. Freeman on the block. On that up and under, had it rejected from behind. It's going to be a holding foul that is going to be called on.
Quit doubling him every time he touched the ball, and he erupted for 12 points here in the last, what, about 12 minutes? And if you're Central Michigan, I'm not quite sure that was the right strategy in this one. You had done a really nice job of controlling his points, and when a guy scores double digits in every game and you have him at 5 with about 15 minutes to go, that's pretty good. I'm surprised they went away from the double.
Yeah, and then Freeman went off. Tavari Johnson's floater didn't go down. 6'2" junior out of Noblesville High School in Indiana. And you know the crowd is going to want Evan to fire up a couple of shots, right? Lyles sweeping to the rim with the left hand, didn't go down.
Over under on how many he puts up, Michael? 1.5?
Yeah,
I'll take the over on threes.
Me too. I was just going to say he's going to get at least 2 jacks up. So I like your 1.5 over under, partner.
Akron getting ready to win its 14th straight game here at Rhodes Arena, Michael. They'll go to 11-0 at home this season. It'll be their 14th straight or 14th win in the last 16 games. They've done a really nice job. And if you're Central Michigan, you go out of here, Michael, and you still Central Michigan.
Well, yeah, going to have to be a different approach tonight. As we said, if you weren't with us, Shema Scott's off the mark, and Central Michigan, Jeff, since that point in time, and that's the first few minutes. They never got closer than that 10.
No.
So, you know, it was pretty decisive to start the game, and just one of those nights when you're on the road. I mean, Central Michigan was not able to claw their way out of that. Now, of course, you give the Zips a lot of credit for that. That's a strong drive to the rim, and finishing that was Derek Butler, as we're inside a minute and 50 left. Wilson will step through and had it rejected inside.
He's even.
Oh, sure.
We'll see, though.
Well, he found himself underneath the hoop with a basketball.
He had no choice there.
Right. Wilson on the floor. Zach Halligan on the floor.
Zach, a local player from Walsh Jesuit High School.
Halligan fires a three. Nope. Missed it wide left. Offensive board. Oh, this crowd. They want Tavari Johnson to give the basketball to Evan Wilson. And he does. But of course, now if you're John Gross, as Tavari Johnson went hard to the rim, John Gross is looking at them playing the game the right way.
Absolutely.
Crowd wants him to just fire up shots from all over the place.
And that's a good way to not get playing time.
There you go. The head coach that put them into the game wants them to see them run their offense and play the game the right way.
And maybe put up a three.
Now, I'm not saying that Gross is going to, you know, go off on him.
Exactly.
He would if all you did is fire shots up. Prather off the mark. Wilson to fire. The shot clock went off. He drew rim. The crowd loved it. And run into the rim and flushing is Derek Butler as we're down to 20 seconds left. And John Gross is telling Tavari Johnson no more shots. The Akron Zips with this big time win are going to go to 10-1 atop the Mid-American Conference as Tony Barbie and John Gross shake hands, and it's over.